What's up, y'all? I'm back again with the fro in, okay? And I'm about to straighten it to see what the heck I did when I cut my hair. Hello? Can we? Thank you. About to see what I done did to my hair when I cut it, because you know they say to never cut your hair when it's wet, and that's exactly what I did. So you know, whatever. But I'm gonna straighten it today to see what's going on. And I just wanted to talk to y'all. Like, I had the most funniest revelation today. Like, the realization of life in this world that we live in. Because you know how, oh wait, okay, I need to keep my part. I don't know what this is about to look like. I hope this looks right. But anyway, y'all know how this world that we live in, right? Everybody be complaining how it ain't no real people left. Everybody be playing games. Everybody be on some crazy messed up stuff, or on some manipulative, trying to get over, you know, stuff like that. Like, where it's like, women been saying that all due to dogs, but then now it's like men are basically feeling like there ain't no good women left, right? And then whenever a woman tries to talk about anything in agreement to what men are feeling and expressing genuinely, naturally, what happens? They get caught pick-me's because they're agreeing with men who are speaking logic, not within reason, because you know sometimes men be tripping, like, but within reason, like certain things, like men don't always be tripping when they're expressing like what works for them. You know what I mean? So it was funny because, hold on, and I don't know if I'm gonna make this whole entire video. I might talk the whole time, I don't know. But if you see it like shortened, because this usually takes me like 2 hours, but if it's shorter than that, then you know I shortened the video for y'all. But hold on. But yeah, like I said, as long as it's within reason, you know, like a man not wanting his woman to dress super like revealing. And now don't get me wrong, everybody's different. So not every man is gonna have the same feeling. But when you really love somebody, right, it's not controlling or possessive to not want everybody to know what they look like in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, that's not that crazy. So it's funny how, what is my song? It's funny how women will call each other pick-me's about all types of stuff because they agree with men and agree with the idea, like, yeah, I wouldn't want nobody looking at my person like, dang, I can see the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I said this before, but if your man was walking around in gray sweatpants, leggings, with the print showing, you know what I mean? Like, unless you just like, unless you're petty and you love to like try to flex for the wrong reasons and you're immature, of course you're gonna feel like, yeah, look at what I got, you can't have it, and but like, it's supposed to be a private part for a reason, you know, stuff like that. So I feel like it's funny how a woman will get caught a pick-me for agreeing with a man on stuff like that. But what they really want their man out there just all kinds of exposed, showing it all for everybody. And then, you know, and we know men are visual. So all it takes is that one little glimpse to be like, dang, that's all I need. As soon as I get home, I'm going in. Like, ain't nobody gonna say that out loud. But, you know, men be knowing. Like, all it takes is one thing. And women are mentally visual. So all we need is a little picture, a little image too. So, that being the case, I saw something today and I was just realizing how much as men and women, like, everybody is starting to get on this like competing for attention wave. Like, whether the men are doing stuff for attention to try to get the women to talk to them, or, you know, holler back at them when they hollering or whatever. And then women are like, women is getting crazy with it. Oh, okay, wait, let me show y'all. So this is how I get my Ooh, that looks so old school. Oh my God, that look like Swiss rolls. Okay, hold up. Oh, I'm sad. My hair's not long anymore. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, I'm happy. I'm happy. Let me go back. I used to be able to do this and it would make my curls tight and curly. But now it, oh, that's crazy. Wow. Dang, this is my song and I missed it. Let's start moving. Y'all, okay. I'm not gonna lose my train of thought, but dang, that just made me so sad. Let me see, maybe I can get it like this. Mommy! No! I got the bump. I got the old school bump. You know, okay, turn it. No! Okay. Excuse my lifetime reactions to this because like I said, this is my first time. My hair's been this short in like 10 years. And yeah, so whatever. Anyway, back to the topic at hand before I start shedding real tears. So all of this stuff, like I noticed today that women been like, that we've been kind of doing like, you know, the revealing like booty mirror pics and like, you know, side profile views. But I promise to goodness, every single time I log in online, it's been a chick with the back view, or it's been a chick that's just the camera like this and she looking at her butt more than the dudes. Like, and it just like made me feel kind of like sad, like dang. Now, ain't no woman gonna admit this because who wants to admit like, yeah, I'm struggling with my self-image and I love to look at my booty online because that's what's getting the likes and the attention. Like, who's gonna say that, right? But as a woman myself that struggled with how I saw my body because I'm slimmer, and now it's like the thicker, the quicker, like, you know, whatever these days, because that idea is like widely, I want to say promoted, quote unquote, but it's becoming more and more popular where a lot of women are getting BBLs, a lot of women are getting fat transfers, a lot of women are trying to make their body look a certain way because, you know, this is what society says, this is what culture, the industry, everybody in the industry that's a woman got their body looking like this, and not every woman's body looks like that. But we think that's the standard of desire and perfection because that's what they portray, and that's what gets paid. So, like I was saying, from a woman's perspective, and then even the saddest part is, I love women that love to argue like, well, I'm not insecure, that's you. You speaking on yourself, and you speaking for yourself and trying to project that onto everybody else. First of all, shut up, because you've been there before one time or two yourself. And what you gonna do when it's your daughter? You gonna tell her shut up too? So like, you gonna tell her she projecting because of how she feels normally too? But in reality, the saddest part when it comes to that is that you find more value in your body than you do you naturally. And the reality with that is that men notice that. And a lot of women wonder why some men only want to smash, some men only want to get it right quick, real fast. Some men will stay around for a while, even years, but they never pulling out the ring. They never pulling out the commitment. And even if they do, y'all engage for like 10 years, and then he get with the next chick and they married in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, to where we as women have to realize, and I think what it is men's delivery is wrong, right? They be like, y'all the ones giving it up and opening your legs. Like then you the one that conned me out of the key and then got it and then left. Like, you know, so a lot of men deliver it wrong, but the reality is the power is up to us, and men are a lot smarter than we think. So they know when a woman is vulnerable. They know when a woman's emotional. They know when a woman could be easy just because of how she's posting herself publicly. They know like, oh yeah, she be on go, or oh, she a little freak. She a little, okay, I can probably smash for sure. But she probably they already know we as women have attitudes. So certain women, they already know, like, oh, nah, she too bougie, she too stuck up. She gonna have a worse attitude than a normal woman would. I don't got time for all that. But I'll smash though. Like, you know, like, that's really how men think. And I have a twin brother, so I know firsthand I'm not tripping and I'm not making stuff up. Because I've seen it, and God just gave me that type of insight to be able to understand that stuff. But either way, I saw like 5 different women scrolling down my timeline, minding my business, with the club posts, with the backshot posts, with the this and the that, and it's like, bro, who are we advertising for? Charmin Ultra? Like, like, you think your best asset is your ass set up on the sink? Like, what are we doing here? And then we're mad when men approach us sexually because we're advertising sexual things. And men, like I said, they logical with it. They're like, oh yeah, she don't go because she's showing the whole thing, so I can at least slide through or something. Maybe buy her a couple little plates. Maybe give her a little good morning text here and there and stuff, and then eventually she gonna be cool, ready to go. And we think like, oh, he really likes me. He's coming over at 2 in the morning. He's coming over at 2 in the afternoon instead of 2 in the morning. And he brought me lunch. Duh. He knows that the way to a woman's heart is through her stomach. For real, if we being honest, we love food. So that sometimes is more true for us than it is for dudes. So, you know, only thing you gotta do is take you on a couple dates and act like you don't want it that bad. That's all you gotta do is act like you don't really want it. And then you gonna give it up because you're like, well, why doesn't he want it that bad? Like, so we as women have to realize, this is just blowing my mind right now that my hair is really this short. We as women have to realize that this stuff is really happening, like, live time, especially in the world that we live in and the times that we're living in and the type of music that we're listening to. Like, it's not been happening, but we live so in denial. Like, that's not what's happening, but your kids gonna have to grow up going through this garbage too. So it's like, somebody gotta take accountability. Somebody gotta admit the facts and stop playing games and thinking like, well, it's women's fault, it's men's fault, it's everybody's fault. We all feeding into the BS. And it's up to us to realize that. Like, nobody's saying you gotta wear a tunic. Nobody's saying this ain't no Christian bash secular people or bash people who's just living their normal lives. You're doing this wrong. No, like, if we really want to see a difference, we gotta realize how we're contributing to the problem if we want a solution. So, while they out here promoting for Charmin Ultra, trying to be Big Bear, but then being mad when the dude don't want to stay there. And like I said, it'd be funny because some women that's mad that it's them would call me a pick-me, but they won't admit that that's them and that's how they feeling. Like, well, this gets more likes, this gets more attention, even if it make you more money. What's the point of it? You still alone. And then you feeling even more prideful in your money and your material stuff because of the fact that you're showing off your body. So like, what's really up? You good? Are you really okay? Does anybody ever ask you that? Like, stuff like that, to where we just brush past these things, but we all really hurting and we all really need healing in some kind of way or another. No matter how much money we got, no matter what big moves we making, none of that. So, dang, I want to hear this song so bad. This is my song. But yeah, so I just thought it was funny because, because now I want to sing so bad. But I gotta finish what I'm saying too, because it's so important in these times. And our daughters need to hear this. And our men need to hear this so that they don't treat our daughters the same way that men been treating. Nothing seems to captivate me quite like you do. You can have my full devotion. I'm committed to you. You're the mystery revealed, don't doubt it. Feels so good I have to think about it. I'm so happy that you hold me close. I don't ever wanna let you go. Yeah. I can't go a day without your love. Yeah. I won't give up on it. I need a touch from you. Yeah, yeah. You gave me a new song. I'll sing it all day long. I need you. I need you. Hey, yeah. I can't. Okay, I just have to get that out. Man, that's my song. Y'all ever had them songs like where you just have to sing it? I'm the type of person where I will bust out singing a song in mid-conversation because that's how much I love singing. And then I'll just go back to talking like I didn't just have a whole concert. But anyway, so yeah, us as women and us as men have to work together to realize we're both part of the problem. Like men trying to play games and trying to like take advantage of a woman's emotions because like they try to blame us like, well, you let me or you gave it up. But they knew they was playing games the whole time and manipulating and stuff. So I feel like once we realize that, once we get to that point, we'll be able to realize like, oh, there are good people out there. We just have to become those good people. And it's really not that hard. It's just time to stop playing games. Like, when you think about it, our grandmothers and grandfathers were like the last adults. Because even our parents, if we really being honest, our parents was like grown kids still trying to figure out stuff, still trying to heal from the stuff that they went through and that their grandparents went through, you know, all of that stuff. So it's like, it's time for somebody to be the adult. Like, our parents still healing, and it's time for us to heal from the things that we've been through and our parents put us through knowingly or unknowingly because they were still young and healing too. And that's why forgiveness is important, because if not, then we'll just be holding on to things without realizing like, hey, one day that could be you, and your kids could hate your guts because you were still growing up and learning how to be an adult too. So somebody got to make the difference. Somebody got to make the change, you know? And that's just where I feel like everything is right now. Like, there's so much happening in this world. And instead of taking accountability for these things, like, we'd rather just play the blame game. Like, oh, it's men. But then the whole time, feeling like we deserve everything. Like, I deserve a high value man. And I deserve a woman that's going to do this and do that, but you're not becoming the man that deserves that. You know what I mean? Like, you think it's just going to fall in your lap, and it don't work like that. Especially not on this God-given planet, because God did give us this planet. So that's first and foremost. And that's why having a relationship with God is the only way to guarantee true happiness. It doesn't mean that, true happiness doesn't mean that nothing bad is going to happen. Like, everything's going to be perfect. No. It just means that even through the bad times, you find peace and happiness and joy through your relationship with God. And that's what we need more than we need sex, more than we need drugs, more than we need drinks, material things, people, relationships. We need God, because outside of all of those things, what do we have? What do we have to really make us happy? Nothing. That's the reality. So God is the one thing outside of ourselves and outside of every material thing, every physical, tangible thing that can make us happy. So, oh my nerves. Like I'm about to go walking right now. Like my shoes just get on my nerves. I don't know. You know. Y'all see all my notebooks? I really be writing. I got some books that I'm about to have coming out soon. It's my song too. Oh yeah. You love me up. You gave me salvation. You bought me yours. Now I'm in preparation for your return. This is my Jesus Chill playlist. So I'm gonna post this, or y'all can really just go to my page and it says Chill with Jesus. And it's like the most chill, vibey, low-key R&B songs that you can listen to that ain't gonna get you in the mood to go try to smash something random or go try to do nothing crazy like music be doing these days to everybody. So it's really like just the coolest little vibe. And you praising Jesus. Like, it don't get no better than that. And really, that's what it is. Like, people think that the only way to praise God is to listen to like, or in the name of Jesus. It, like, they think those are like one extreme, like one or the other. But in reality, God just wants us to be able to spend time with him genuinely, honestly, because we want to. And as long as the music ain't talking about nothing crazy, like, you cool. Like, you can praise God and talk to him, pray to him, which is the same thing as talking to him, and just tell him what's on your heart, because the Bible literally says cast your cares on him because he cares for you. And if it's one thing I know he cares for me, because I talk to him all the time about anything. He literally wants to hear about anything that's on our heart and mind. So yeah. But what else did I have to talk about? If y'all want, we can just listen to the music or something. Either way, don't mind. This about to be like a bob cut. I can't believe my hair is this short. Like, wow, is this? Wow, is this? You just like, when I curl my hair, it needs to be longer too. But when I curl it, like, you just like keep turning it and then like kind of like just lightly tug it so that it fully curls all around. And then, yeah, you'll see the finished product in a little bit. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know. Maybe y'all tell me in the comments or whatever, wherever I'm gonna post this at. Tell me like what y'all think, cause I know I'm not the only one that's been noticing like how much women just been like turning up. And like I said, it's kind of unfortunate because a lot of us as women, we've been through a lot of messed up stuff. Even the most loyal woman got cheated on because the dude was just, I just had a weak moment and I don't love her. You know what I mean? I just slipped up. Whatever excuse they can make up. And whole time damaging a woman's life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if a man's ever been cheated on, right? Some won't even admit it, and then some are so prideful and cocky. A woman would never cheat on me. I never let that happen to me. But then they be the main ones cheating. Like, what? Like, get your old undeserving self out of here. But if a man can be honest, when a woman cheats, that's why dudes be going crazy. Niggas be tripping. Like, they will literally kill a woman because she cheated. But then they expect you, if I cheat, and you won't take me back. You ain't no ride or die. You ain't really love me. Like stuff like that. And it's sad that that's the world that we live in. And then we have men raising their daughters and then thinking, I'll kill a dude if he ever treated my daughter like that. But you're the dude that's acting like that. You know what I mean? Like stuff that just really doesn't add up. And that's the world that we live in. So y'all can tell me if I'm tripping, if I'm wrong, if I sound like I'm pick me. But really, like, I feel like women that be saying all that pick me stuff be the ones that don't be wanting to get picked or something, obviously, because they be trying to stay out in the vineyard and age like fine wine or something, because they don't be getting picked either. And then when they do, it's for the wrong reasons. And then they end up being unhappy in that too, or getting cheated on. Like, so it's like, what's wrong with speaking the truth? If it's gonna bring all of us together, it gives the voice and the expression of men to say like, yeah, like, I don't want my woman, I don't want every person to know exactly what my whole entire woman is. Now, of course, in some ways, you can't like help, like if you're wearing workout gear, or if you at a freaking swimming pool and you got a swimsuit on, certain things you can't help with what you look like and what shows and what doesn't. You know what I mean? But if all you post, if I go to your page and all I see is daggone side booty, like you the side chick of the year, then it's like a dude who really wants to wife a woman isn't gonna want his woman to look like that all the time. Like, isn't gonna want his woman to be showing it off, because in a man's mind, that lets them know that she looking, she searching, she open, she ready to go, because she's still showing it off like it's a promo. And then the saddest part, especially these days, is that women think that's their power. And that's what music has done too. It's made women feel like, oh, well, this is how I get what I want from men, and then I'm gonna get them for they get me. And like I said, women ain't gotta admit it, especially the most popular ones that got all the thotty shots popping, and they get in the bag and can't nobody tell them nothing, but they still lonely while they shopping. They still feel like ain't no good man left, but there is. It's just they not looking at your page to commit. They might even like jack off right quick, you know, and they be like, dang, I ain't mean to do that, but dang, whatever, she's just another one, you know. Like, and women don't realize that when you advertise that as like your asset, it makes it that much easier for a man to be like, all right, what's next? Not even just off rip, because like I said, a dude might stay for a couple years, but if all he got with you for is because of what you advertised originally, and that was your body, every woman, everybody has a body, even if it's a man, even if you end up going gay or something, God forbid, but you know what I mean? Like, everybody has a body. So if that's all you have to show for yourself, and then he get with you and like, it ain't nothing else, you ain't even got no personality, you still trying to like show off your body online, and then you think the good dudes is tripping when they ask you to dial it back one time for the one time, like, hey, like, you not like post stuff like that, or not wear stuff that's like so revealing. Oh, see y'all men always trying to control women, they always trying to always trying to but let your man come out with a daggone dick print speedo, excuse my language, and you calling him a manhole. Or let him come out with the, what they call them, the thotty short, what was it, the hoochie daddy shorts. Let him come out, let him feel like he has to wear hoochie daddy shorts every time he step out, right? Because that's what it really boils down to. Like, every time you go out, you feel like you got to show off something. You feel like somebody got to see what you're working with. For what? If I'm working with it, you know what I mean? Like, it's really that simple of a concept, and it's not that hard to understand. But the issue is that us as women, we've been belittled, controlled, manipulated, emotionally, mentally abused, whatever, for so long by a man to control us, to still get what he wants and then move when he's ready to move. It naturally makes us like, nah, never again. Like, I'll never let nobody treat me like that again. Or, you know, like, nah, you're not about to control me, and then you gonna slip up and do whatever you want to do. Like, it naturally makes women feel like that because of all the things that we've been through. Like, when you really think about it, Bertha was the only one
raising the grandkids and the kids at the house back in the 50s and the 60s. 15 grandchildren. You know what I mean? Like, no heating house. Got the stove on to heat up the whole entire house. That was Bertha while Henry was down there at the Dagon bar after work because he was tired, working like a slave, and then messing with the little bartender because she cute and she throwing it his way. But Bertha's still at home, slaving. To where by the time y'all remember that Denzel movie, what is it, Hidden Fences or whatever it was? That stuff was really happening. And people just act like, oh, that was such a great movie. No, that's our history. That's why we in a position that we in right now. Because stuff like that was happening and the man was just like, well, I'm providing for the house and I'm putting everything on the table. So either if you can either accept it or you can get out. Like stuff like that to where it's like, nah, you gonna stay right in this house. And then they don't want him to leave because they really love her. So it's like all this toxicity and negativity that our great grandparents and grandparents and so on have experienced, to where by the time it gets to us and by the time it gets to the music and the narrative being switched up to where it's like, you can be a little thotty, it don't matter. It's actually gonna make it better because then men is gonna be all over you. But it's still for the wrong reasons. And then now you're putting yourself out there purposely to get taken advantage of too. So it's like lose-lose when you really think about it. But like, you know, at the end of the day, it's not justifying why women act this way, but it's saying to the men like, hey, y'all gotta take accountability too. Like, this has been an ongoing thing, and then to continue the issue ain't gonna help the issue. It's only gonna continue to make women feel like, well, then I don't need a dude, or I can do this on my own, or whatever the case may be. I got my rose, like all that garbage where it's like, but we really be sad and alone. We really be feeling like, dang, what the heck is the point of life if we gotta go through all this and ain't nobody worth like time? All of that stuff. So it just makes you like realize, like, dang, we gotta be real about this stuff. And then us as women, especially in this day and age, we gotta take accountability to not be the chick that's ready to turn up if we really want to be happy. Because a dude will find a turn-up chick and run right through her. If we being all the way honest. Find a turn-up chick and be like, cool, I got me some quick little on the side and it's good too, yeah. And then the sad part is women being emotionally vulnerable. Yeah, he loved it. He said it's the best he ever had. He was so wonderful. But then he's still banging out, literally and figuratively. Like, oh, I gotta go. Oh, I gotta do this. Yeah, I mean, we can probably chill later on. I'll hit you up later on tonight. Or, like I said, because you got women that's so prideful in their head. They be like, well, my man been here the whole entire time. We've been together for the past 4 years, but y'all not married yet. But he not committing. And you feel like he cheating, but it's like, why would he do that if he really took all this time and decided to stay with me and doing all this stuff for me? Like, you know what I mean? Stuff where we just gotta be real, gotta be accountable. Like, we done made some messes of our lives and of the situations that have been happening this whole time in our face, in movies and music, and just feeding right into it like it's normal the whole entire time, and it's not. So I guess I forgot the fact that my hair is shorter now, so it don't take as long to do, which is cool, I guess. But it's still like what? Oh, we don't talk to the devil. I don't know what that one is. It's like, but yeah, so that's just what I realized today. Like, after about like the third or fourth booty pic, I'm like, oh my God, women, do we have anything to offer? And then the saddest part is that we do that type of stuff, we being honest, to make ourselves seem more like incomparable, because we naturally compare ourselves as women. So it's like, if I show this, you know, I got this, and it don't matter what anybody else got. Like, ain't nobody shaped like this. Ain't nobody shaped and personality and turn up like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all the stuff that's not even that important, that as women we will find value in to feel like we're valuable. So then it makes women look negatively at other women like, well, she might have that, but she ain't got this. She might be able to do that, but she can't do this. And then it's like this never-ending competition of how can we out each other. Like, what the heck? And then the whole time ain't nobody talking about nothing important. Whole time ain't nobody doing nothing important. Just trying to be seen and just trying to be accepted and loved the wrong way. And that's really what's been happening with all of this stuff. And it's sad because you got people that believe more in the culture than they believe in healing and really truly being happy and stuff. And so they look at, like, you know, believing in God and going to church, they look at it as an extreme. Like, ain't nobody gotta do all that when you really don't have to do that much. It's really just protecting your peace, like we been supposed to be doing or act like we be doing by doing yoga and stuff, which is really actually opening up ourselves to other beings that ain't friendly. A Dagon Warrior, yeah, like if you really look at the story and behind these poses and what this lowercase g God did, like he slept with his brother's wife and then he killed his brother because he wanted his wife. So pose in this pose to call him up at night. Like what? I don't want to talk to him. The heck I'm about to call him? What am I about to pose like him for? Or her? It's a tranny too? Oh no, it's too much going on. Like what? A tranny spirit? That's too much. It doubles as a man and a woman. What? I just want to be one person. I have enough hard time to be in the one that I am. Like, I just want to be what I am and learn how to be the best me I can be. And that's really like what it should be for real. In its simplest form, like that's really how it should be. Like I'm getting hot. Oh, that made me mad. Like all this stuff that culture influences and promotes us, that we know culture ain't never had our back. From the beginning of time, since slavery, society has never had our back. So why are we so quick to indulge and defend what they're promoting as if it's not bad? And the evidence is showing, like, we got kids. And then we think like, well, it's not that serious. I just won't let my kids be on all of that stuff. If you give them the ammo, especially as the parent, and if you show them, you know how kids are. Like, why? Why? Because I said, why? Why? Why can't I do this? Because you're not a grown-up. Why? And then it automatically makes a little kid want to be a grown-up, right? So it's like, that doesn't help when we're being a hypocrite basically to our kids, because this is what I feel like it boils down to. Moral accountability has no age limit, right? Being moral, like being an example, doesn't have an age limit, especially when you have children. So like I said, you ain't gotta wear no daggone Audi bag. You know what I mean? Like you ain't gotta be out here with a brown sack and a turban on, but just be mindful of what you're showing and what you're leading on. Because men and women, men are visual, women are mental, which is really, we got the visual and the mind to where we don't even need to watch porn. We don't gotta watch corn. I don't know how this is working. We don't gotta watch any corn. You know what I mean? Like, we got the visual too, and the mental to create a whole fantasy with it too. And men can do that too, but they be having so much going on in their mind. That's why they be needing like visual stimulation too, because they can't handle like the multitasking of the mind like women can. There's no shade. Some men can, but the majority from the norm, it's like they need the constant visual stimulation because they might be all over the place as a man. If we're being honest. So yeah. But either way, either or, it's not good. And I want to talk about that too, because when it comes to marriage, people think like masturbating or watching porn isn't that big of a deal or isn't that bad. But in reality, not only as a man are you watching another woman get thrashed, but it opens up too many doors. The man could be dealing with, and a man's never going to admit it. What? Heck no. But a man could be like, dang, that dude big, but dang, man, what the? I wonder if my wife was looking at that like she wish I was that. Dang, I hope that's not. Like, you know what I mean? It just sparks to me, and then the woman's like, dang, she's doing this or she's doing that. And my husband's really enjoying that, but I can't do that. It opens up too many doors for insecurities, for comparison, for unnecessary feelings. And then masturbation, oh, that's another thing within itself. Because now you have, and I talked about this in my masturbation video too, because now you have a whole nother world. Like I said, like the mind is a crazy place, especially for women. So like I would say, unless you and your husband or wife are like, say like somebody's away on business and somebody's at home and y'all phone sexing, you know what I mean? Like, and y'all doing it literally together, like same time, or sending pictures to each other to where it's just y'all, you know what I mean? And y'all's heart and mind is just y'all. Ain't no other extra source, ain't no other party, ain't no, you just by yourself. So any thought can pop up and you like riding with it because you know your person ain't there. So like, you know what I mean? Even stuff like that, to where doing it alone, I don't feel like it's a good thing, because it leaves too many open doors or too many possibilities when you have the real thing. You know what I mean? Like, you have your husband and your wife for a reason. So, yeah, I don't know how we got into that, but that's real stuff too. Like, this world that we live in now is changing so drastically, and it's really time. I saw this post the other day that said, like, y'all, it's time for us to start having the cookouts because we are the parents. Like, it's time for us to start having the Thanksgiving dinners and Christmas at the house and sleepovers and all that stuff, because we really are the parents now. Like, it really is up to us to put stuff together, because our parents are, they either getting older or they tired because they had us at a young age and they've been parents for so long. They just like, please get it together so I can take a break. You know what I mean? And in a way, like, people, like, some people hold that against their parents for feeling like that, but then they be the same parents feeling like that when they had their kids at a young age. You know what I mean? So that's why it's always so important for us to have forgiveness and understanding. And grace and mercy is just basically like understanding that leads to forgiveness. So when you hear people talking about grace and mercy when they're praying or church stuff, it's like a level of understanding that shows love and forgiveness and thinks like considerately, like, dang, I can understand how that feels. So, you know, I ain't even gonna hold that against you, because I would feel the same way if it were me. Like, that kind of idea, to where it's not like you just 100% off the hook, like, never did nothing wrong. But it is letting it go to where it doesn't linger on. You know what I mean? Like, to where everybody can get over it on both ends. So, stuff is important, man. But, I'm almost done with my hair. It's only been 45 minutes, man. This was before. It would have took me like 2 hours for sure. But, you know, whatever. Hair grows back. And this is my Afrobeats playlist. And I would say for anybody that's struggling with corn, masturbation, all that stuff. And I probably said this in my last video, but I'll say it from this perspective. Like, anybody that's struggling with that stuff, it really is like a change in your mind that has to happen first. Like, how can I say this? When you think it's not that bad, and when you think it's not that big of a deal, it's easier to do it. But when you think of how it really is and what it really is doing to your brain, and how it makes you look at everything sexually, to where you can't even enjoy time with your own kids, your own daughters, because everything is like sexual. Like, don't you sit like that on the floor. Daddy, I'm just coloring. I don't care. Sit your ass up. Like, you know what I mean? Like then she can't even be a little kid because you're overly sexual mind. Now there is things like that exist. I'm not one of those people that are extremists. Like, how can I say, like, you know how some people, they'll see a little kid sit on a stranger's lap and they be like, well, why are you thinking that's sexual? It's not that big of a deal. As long as the parents are okay with the person, then it shouldn't be that big of a deal for the little girl to sit on the strange man's lap, the stranger friend. Like, you're just thinking too much. You're just being overly sexual. Why is your brain thinking like that? You know what I mean? Like, people that think like that, like, need to just shut up. You know, but there is an idea of, like, where you as a person, especially if it's your kid, where if your mind is overly sexually stimulated, everything is going to seem sexual to you, to where everything could be a potential problem. And that's no fun. It's no fun to feel like that, to where you gotta like check your kids or check yourself because it looked like sexual and it reminds you of something that you saw, and then now you like trying to beat it out of them because you better not. You're not gonna be no hoe. You're not gonna be no porn star. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, dang, she's just being a little kid. She may not have known, but you going overboard with it because of what you know. She don't know yet. But like I said, there's a balance. I'm not saying don't whoop your kids at all, because Jesus even said, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. So discipline is important, but it's not being overboard with it or abusive with it. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that's all that I have to say about that. Let's see, what else? I guess that was pretty much it. Like, the whole Charmin Ultra thing. Where women is like, don't you know less is more? Don't you know, like, men are, like I said, men are a lot smarter than we think. And a lot of men love the thrill of a chase that's worth it. Not a chase to get the kitty cat, because they can go chase anything and catch that. But a chase of mentally stimulating the man and actually having more to offer than just that. Because men need to be mentally stimulated and challenged too. That's why some men, if they've always dealt with women that are like pushovers in a way, or like some type of like enabler, they'll get a woman that's disrespectful low-key, because it's something different. It's something that challenges them mentally. And then some women, they'll get dudes that, well, it depends, because, you know, everybody's been through different situations. But some women will get dudes that are straight to the point, but loving and patient too. Because that's really what we need. Like, we got the mental stimulation going, and a man that can mentally stimulate you more than he can physically, oh, man, what? Lord, no. I don't know my husband's gonna be that way. I got faith. But until then, you know, I'm waiting. But anyway, it's like, it's things that we need as men and women that's not that big of a deal. And I promise I'm gonna come out with a book or a video or some topic, something about this, because women we need to have our perspective heard about all the stuff that we've been through and experienced from men thinking that they could just play games and then blame us for why we let them in. But then men need their perspectives heard too, of why they want their women to be, you know what I mean, like respectful to themselves or considerate, because they know how other men see those things. And it's not rocket science. It's like a man trying to tell a woman what other women think. I'm sorry, are you a woman? No, you're not. So if I'm telling you something from a woman's perspective, just trust me. And that's what a lot of men feel like too. Within reason, like I said, like, you know, if you're trying to make you wear like a turban and you can't like do nothing, then I don't know. Maybe he has to work on some insecurities or things too. But certain things are just common sense. Like, you wouldn't want nobody looking at your person sexually if they don't have to, because you're giving them the ammo. You know what I mean? Like, you giving them the visuals, you giving them the screenshots, you giving them the still frames, and then especially if it jiggle naturally, oh my God, that's all they need. Because you're showing it all and showing everything, so the only thing you're gonna need to see is the rest of everything. You know what I mean? So us as women, we have to realize that, like I said, men be delivering it terribly, to where it's like, no, you can't control me, because you are a visual man, so you can just look at a woman's body and just see everything. Or, you know, you might end up cheating, or you could do this or do that as a man. But it's like, if you got a good person, and it really don't have to be rocket science for real. Like, if y'all both cool, good people, genuine people, and if y'all believe in God, that's the key, man. I'm telling y'all, like I said before, that don't mean it's gonna be perfect, that nothing bad is ever gonna happen, or like y'all ain't never gonna get in each other's nerves. That's natural. That's a given. But the only way to get through it is to have a source of something outside of them and outside of the physical, tangible stuff. So, with that being the case, I'm almost done. Jeez. So, I hope y'all heard something, you know, encouraging. And I hope y'all have hope in y'all's own lives that there are good people out there. However, we just have to be realistic with the people that we hanging around and the person that we're becoming, whether or not we even deserve a good person. Because we can't be a part of the problem and then expect a solution. You know? Like, that's the reality. And that's the only way to grow, is to acknowledge it. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, internally, all that stuff. And then when you think about it, it's funny because Joe Rogan, I just saw this thing today where Joe Rogan was talking about how we need Jesus. Like, crazy, right? That Joe Rogan admitted that. Because he said, like, everybody thinks like, oh, well, you know, we all have a moral compass and we don't need God because we all just have it automatically in us to try to be a good person. No, we don't. No, we do not. That's like the furthest thing from the truth. Because even the best person can be a bad person or a wrong person when they want to. And it's really only Jesus that holds us accountable. Because really, if you think about it too, anybody saying like, oh, I can do this on my own, or I can be a good person, I don't need Jesus. What is your level of accountability outside of a person? Like, a lot of people, they don't do things for people, right? We don't be on social media for, like, you know, for the, how can I say? Basically, everybody feels like at some point in time, like, I don't need the approval of other people, right? Oh, God, that looks like the 80s. Oh, my God. Look at... Man. What the heck? Okay, whatever. We're going to see. Maybe I might have to turn it back the other way or something. I don't know. But, yeah, so we already are getting more and more, like, bold and defiant in regards to, like, not caring about other people's opinions and I'm gonna do what I want kind of thing. So what is really holding us to a standard of morality? Like, what is really keeping us from doing any and everything other than the law? You know what I mean? Other than the law, like, telling us we go to jail or we get, you know, in trouble for whatever. But if you think about it, there's a spiritual law too. That's what morality is, spiritual law. Like, don't do this, don't kill an innocent person just for no reason, because that's immoral. You know, like, so where did those laws come from? Because if everybody felt like no spiritual laws existed, it'd be all types of stuff happening. But we have a law for a reason. So, I'm not saying that believing in God is going to make everything perfect, but it at least holds you to an accountable standard that's worth it, because it makes you a better person at the end of the day. And that's all we should be trying to be, is like better people in some kind of way. If not for, you know, our future, then for where we at now and for our family or our kids, whoever, whatever. So, yeah. Okay, hair looking healthy and stuff. Look at the little shine. I'm happy.
What's that doing? I don't know what that part. Let's get that part together right now. Okay, let's. Nah. It's alright. It's everything. So yeah, that's the tea for the day. The tea. What can I call it? I'm about to come up with a name like the tea with tea, or I don't want to say tea time. That's kind of corny. And it's kind of cliche. So, I don't know. But, you know me. Hey, what's on? You know, I'm going to talk about the real. And I don't care who got an opinion about it. I don't care who comment something negative. I don't care whose little feelings is hurt. Because I don't have my feelings hurt. Ain't nobody care. So we going to be alright as long as we growing and learning together. We going to be alright. So, yeah. And it's not like, the funniest part is that it's not like I'm saying stuff like, black man, go get you a white girl, and black women, go get you a white man. It's not like I'm speaking from a place of like hurt and I'm just so bitter and broke down and I don't know how to like, no, I'm speaking from a place that's real for my black people to be able to come together and love each other and solve the issue that we've all been dealing with each other. You know what I mean? Like, so it's never like I'm ever like hurt or trying to put people on blast or none of that. It's just the reality that we live in. Like, haven't we been through enough stuff? Haven't we been through enough hurt and pain and all of that? Oh my God, now that is 80s all day. That little flip up curl like. Oh my gosh. Let me see, can I? Oh my gosh. I don't know what else to do with it though. Like, dang it. Let me see. I don't know, I kind of like it though. It's kind of cute and like grown. Okay. So, yeah. Whatever. I don't know, whatever. And then I'm gonna get my little edge control stuff, get my edges together or whatever. It's like, I ain't gonna lie, it is kind of smoky in here though. But that's what happens when you don't smoke anymore. Whatever. Just shameless plug. Yo, I'm so glad I don't smoke anymore. Y'all don't understand the hell I went through. Woo. Lord have mercy. You don't even understand. I don't care if you could see it. You don't understand. But not for real, that stuff wild. God is good all the time. God is good. Yes, He is now. And yes, now. Okay, so we're gonna like do that part like that. We're gonna do that part like that. It's hard doing this without a mirror. Okay, there we go. So boom. And then boom. There you go. And then boom. Just do this part like that.
So yeah,
My little short hairstyle.
this is what it is for now. At least I can like run my fingers through it. Oh my God. Thank you, Father. Yeah, that was tea with tea. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. That was tea. No, I don't know. That was that. I hope you have a good rest of y'all's day. I'm about to go make some food and work on some business stuff. So y'all stay tuned. My music and stuff is on the way. I'm working on some books. I'm working on some apparel. I'm working on all types of stuff. But it's all for the glory of the Lord. So we about to turn up and we really about to like make this stuff happen, right? Because ain't we tired of like poverty and living, excuse me sir, let me turn it down a little bit, thank you. Aren't we tired of poverty and just living like a pointless life? Like when people talk about purpose, they think like it's like this deep word where it's like, oh, I gotta be close to Jesus to know my purpose. Like, but really, don't we want our life to have a point? Like that's the most simplest form of what purpose is, like having a point to our life, our whole entire life that we live. And I know for some people it can be hard to think of that because either stuff that they've been through or the stuff that they're going through. And it's tough to allow our minds to process that in a positive way. You know what I mean? Because then it just seems like, oh, well, you'll get through it, you'll be okay. But that stuff really affects us. You know what I mean? So I know firsthand what that feels like, just the things that I've been through in my own life. And it really does take a mindset of realizing like we can't change everything. And we have an enemy that doesn't want us to have good things. So we have to know that there's going to be things negatively fighting against us. But that's why we need God. That's why we need Jesus. So I ain't about to start preaching. But I hope you have a good rest of y'all's day. God bless y'all. I'm praying for y'all. And know that, like, y'all can have your own relationship with God too. And he actually wants a relationship with you. Like, being trying to get your attention. If anybody's ever had one of those moments like, I don't know how I got out alive, or I don't know how I made it out, or something happened, or something told me. If anybody's ever had any moments like that, just know that was God trying to get your attention then. And still, in every little, even the smallest ways, where somebody letting you have the parking spot, and you was about to have a bad day, but that really helped change your perspective in a certain way. Like, even smallest stuff like that can be God trying to get our attention, you know? So, yeah, that's it. Okay, bye.